Alright, Knights of Apollo, what's up guys? It's Apollo here, of course, and I have one question for you, okay? Here's your question. Are you wearing your siege pants? You know what? I have two questions. Are you wearing your siege pants? And two, do you have your snacks and drinks? Because you're going to need it today, alright? So just go ahead. If you don't have any snacks or drinks, pause the video, alright? Pause the video, get your favorite snack, get your favorite beverage, whatever that may be. Water, wine, soda, I don't know, whatever you drink, get it, pause the video, go get it, come back, because today we've got an epic battle. These are the like once a month battles, you know, they're like really good, you get them about once a month. We actually have another really good battle that's going to be coming out, like another close one, edge of your seat kind of battle, or as I like to call them, butthole clinching battles, where you're just like stressed the whole time playing. It's like super close, it could go any way. That's what we got today, guys. Oh, it's gonna be glorious. Now we are in a bit of a sandstorm right now, and for some reason I'm getting louder as if I'm actually in the sandstorm. I know, I feel like I'm one of the news reporters who like go out to bad storms and they're like leaning over and yelling at you about the weather. It's like, hey, it's raining. Okay, thanks. But yeah, that's what it's like, you know, the sand's really picking up, but Sparta's still pushing. But yeah, that was a stupid joke. So let's go ahead and look at these factions, and we'll get this one underway. Oh, one thing I want to add is that we're using a mod today. It's called the Sebedi. I think is how you pronounce the Sebedi. It adds a bunch of new units, and it is really cool because it's refreshing. There's new units, and it also helps factions that don't really have well-rounded rosters get better rosters. For example, we got Swaby over here. I'm pretty sure historically this faction, or really group of people, I guess, or country, or we'll just say faction, they had pikemen. They had pikemen, and now with this mod, you can bring pikemen, because originally you couldn't. It's like a short-range pike unit, so it's pretty cool. Over here, Sparta, like I mentioned earlier, there's Sparta. They can bring some swordsmen, which in the vanilla, you can't bring swordsmen to the battlefield. And they look really cool. They got some of the like Spartan garb on, but they're thorax swordsmen. That's pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and look at the factions and get this one underway. I'm really excited about this. So we'll start with the defenders really quick. So defending, we have Pontus. We can't really see their army yet, but we can see their artillery. We've got Athens, which I bet Athens is really cool with this mod. And then we have the Arvaci or Arvaki. I'm not sure how to it's an Iberian. They're very similar to the Lusitani Iberian faction. So very cool. And then attacking, we have Pergamon, Swaby, and Athens. Or I'm sorry, it's Sparta. Did I just really mix up Sparta and Athens? How dare I? That's an insult for many people. I love the debate between the whole like Athens, Sparta, like who's better. I lean towards more of the Athens because I don't know, I just like their culture a bit more. You know, maybe being a big Sparta fan is a little cliche because everybody likes Sparta. You know, 300 made them so cool. You know, I mean, Sparta is pretty interesting, but if I had to go back in time and live in one of these societies, it's gonna be Athens. All right, I'm gonna be living in Athens. But right now, we've got some artillery just shelling something over here. It's hard to see with the sandstorm, and yeah, I think they're hitting this. So are they going for the tortoise? Yeah, it looks like they're going for the tortoise. 72 damage. They might actually destroy this, which would be a huge win for them because it's one less breach they're going to have to worry about. But the thing about the tortoises, you've got to land almost every single hit with the artillery fire or you're not going to destroy it. You're going to run out of ammo. So let's see if he has enough here. It's at 94. One more hit might just do it. Let's see. Oh, they just ditched. No. Oh, 99. 99. If that was their last hit, I would be so mad if I was one of the defenders. I'd be like, that was the last hit. It was 1% away from being destroyed. 1%. It looks like they might be out of ammo. Anyways, as we wait for that, let's go ahead and look at what's going on here. We've got a tower pushing on the walls. They're not charging up yet. Now they're sending up some club levy. Hell yeah. Gotta love the club levy. Going to destroy this artillery. Back this way, Sparta with just overwhelming force have taken this wall with very little resistance, and they are now knocking down this wall over here as well. Just look at the deployables. Guys, I hate deployables. They just look ugly. It's not realistic. Like, come on. You're going to put all these things in the streets. I don't know. Maybe it's not that unrealistic, but I'm just not a fan. But, yeah, they've got to get through a lot of deployables, and that's why the unit's just kind of waiting on the side here. But if I was Sparta, yeah, hey, go down this little walkway here. You're going to hit them from two sides eventually. But, yeah, that infantry's trying to hold. Now we've got Pontus, where they're finally in view, and they're doing a bend but don't break mentality. Or philosophy of just kind of giving up some walls and just holding the inner streets, which is not a terrible idea in some situations. I think I would have preferred to try to fight and hold, but I think it's not a terrible idea. It's just the one thing you got to worry about is archers. You put archers up on the walls, it's going to be tough for the defenders. But here we go. I think they're pushing up a little bit. Look at these spearmen. Oh my God, this is epic. There we go. There's that first clash. Wow. I mean, the sandstorm, it makes the lighting really cool. I don't know. It gives it a more raw and real feeling to the battle. But there we go. Sparta's in the fight. We got reinforcements moving up from Pontus with some Galatian swordsmen. They love the feeling, the sand hitting their shirtless upper bodies, their shirtless self. There's a little bit of a fight going on near the exit here, and the Spartans are just using brute force. Shouldn't have too much of a challenge here against these spears. Here comes some reinforcements, though. That's definitely going to help turn the tide of this battle for Pontus. So it's getting very, very aggressive for Sparta here. And look at, they're breaking. Because these guys are outflanked, you know, they gave up this little area, this pathway, and they're getting hit from the other side here from Sparta. So it's not a good situation for the Iberian boys, as I will most likely just call them that because I'm not sure how to pronounce their faction name 100%. So we'll go with the Iberian boys. So we got some Pergamon Marines kind of lining up here, waiting to move. I think he's going to wait possibly until reinforcements show up, which he's got pushing right now. He's got some siege towers as well, getting to the walls. I don't know if this is just like a glitch or something, but the towers are kind of facing the wrong way. But yeah, there we go. Here comes the charge from Pergamon. So this is how you know you're going to have a good battle, guys. This is how you know it's going to get juicy. When you look at the time, when we first started this video, it was about 55 minutes, somewhere around there. And usually with those long, hour-long battles, you think that there's going to be like a slow start at the beginning. No, this is instant action, and that's how you know this is going to be a great battle. The fact that it is so long, and the fact that it's already just picking up very intensely. Intensely? Is that a word? I don't know. We'll just pretend it is. All right, light hoplites kind of make their stand against these Marines, doing a decent job there. They took about 30 men. They lost about 30 men, 30 casualties. But here comes that flanking push I was talking about. We've got the Swaby Axe Warriors going against these swordsmen, which I'm not sure how to pronounce. Fly Lake Swordsmen? I know, it's a cool swordsman unit for Athens. So pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Back over this way, Sparta is still just like causing issues. I mean, it's just been a floodgate for Sparta here, just rushing in, and there's nothing these Iberian boys are really doing about it. They're trying, but they're having a tough time. Their flanks are exposed. Let's go over here with Pontus, where I mean this is a great job by Sparta, but I am a little worried about him pushing himself too thin. You know, he's taking on two factions while his teammates get to focus down one. Of course, Swaby and Pergamon are just taking on Athens, while Sparta is taking on Pontus, and he's taking on the Iberian boys. So he's going to have a tough time breaking through, at least on this side, where Pontus has plenty of reinforcements, and it even looks like Pontus is moving up extra men, some Pontic Legionaries going after Sparta, and I think Pontus will easily win in this engagement over here. And they kind of need to hurry up and win here. the Pontus. They need to hurry up and win so they can quickly shift reinforcements over to the other side, which when I say other side, I mean this right here, where Swaby has now sent up reinforcements, which definitely Sparta needs, because they are pushing themselves a little too hard right now, spreading themselves too thin. And there comes that archer support, very nasty, very disgusting. And these poor heavy infantry trying to hold back these Spartan thorax swordsmen. They're having a tough time. Very tough time. Let's go back over here where it looks like, unfortunately for Athens, they're going to lose some footing here. The light hoplites break to the Marines. And the Marines are going to push in and support Swaby's axe warriors as they continue to push the Athenian lines. So far, so good. I think the attackers are making some pretty good ground. Sparta's kind of losing some units, or Sparta's taking many casualties pretty early on, but it is giving his team many opportunities to create some great headway. You know, some great progress. Where, okay, Swaby's definitely playing as more of the support faction. Nice little volley there with the jabbies. Now they charge in to these Castile warriors, who almost look like vintage football players with their helmets. But yeah, the arrow, oh my god, look at that. Look at this map. That looks so cool. The palm trees all lined up there. See, I feel like that's the I need to get, I'm trying to get, I can't speak right now, I'm so excited. No, I just love maps that really have cool vegetation inside of them. Kind of like Alexandria. I'm not sure what map this is. I never know. These names are kind of funky for me. But yeah, this is not looking good. This is not looking good for the defenders. They're trying to hold up here, but the archer fire plus all this infantry, they're just shredding them. And that's why they're calling the retreat. That is why they are falling back. Look how cool this is. My god. This is one hell of a scene right here. Got the, oh, look at that. The sun. He's like, hold your ground. Do not let them through. This is your home. You know, God, that's just so cool. You know, that's why I love, as much as I can be pretty critical of, is that? Anyways, as much as I can kind of criticize Total War, or CA, the company that makes Total War, they have such a cool game idea, you know? And Rome 2 is really fun, but yet I still think Rome 2 could have been so much more. And it's got this perfect blend of like being role played, like you're in the fight, you're experiencing these huge battles that you, as a kid, you could only just kind of imagine. But, you know, being able to the power of video games, be able to kind of visualize a little bit what it might have been like. And then also on top of that, you've got the, you know, the strategy and the gameplay that makes it so much fun. So I'm hoping that CA starts to turn around their games a little bit and make something really awesome, because lately it's kind of been dud after dud, at least for me personally. But anyways, I don't want to get too much into that. Let's just kind of see here. Look at this push right now. Look at this push by both Swaby and Pergamon as they can try to continue to overwhelm the Athenians. Now there's another push here of sword masters trying to just fight their way through as aggressively as possible. The attackers definitely using their overwhelming tactics, overwhelming numbers. And both sides are just throwing men into the fight. Ooh, we got the Thracian warriors coming up from Athens. These guys are going to do really good in this situation. Sure, they're not going to get a charge bonus off, but they do have some really good armor-piercing ability, and a lot of these guys are full of armor. Nice skirmishing here. Nice peltis. They got, formation he's got up here that is just causing men to break. This is exactly what you want. Finally, the defenders are using the walls to their advantage, because so far they haven't really been using the walls too much, and finally we're seeing that, and it's paying off. So very epic, very cool, very epically cool. And we've got some Pontic Legionaries trying to hold what's left of this force. It's been a pretty bloody battle over here as well, but it looks like Sparta's barely going to edge out on top. I don't know. It's still a great stand here, bro, these Pontic Legionaries. But they seem heavily outnumbered against some Royal Spartans, which is never a good sign. Oh, just throwing people over their shield. Royal Spartans holding. Yeah, this doesn't look good for Sparta. Now, they do have some pikemen in the back. So, Argiv pikemen. I'm sure I slaughtered that name. But they got the pikemen in the back, which pikemen, you know, they excel in these types of situations. As long as you don't get them flanked, they will slaughter anyone in their path. But that's the challenge here. This is a big opening. It's going to be hard to commit in pikemen without them getting flanked. But Sparta starting to run out of reserves here a little bit. You know, he was the one who just really went in super aggressive. And this is where the battle's really picking up, right here in this sandstorm. I love the sandstorm. It just gives it this atmosphere, you know, this like intense atmosphere. So a fantastic fight going on here. We've got Athens still doing a good job of holding. And it's going to be, this is such a good position for the defenders because you got the support of the walls. And this is, yeah, this is good. Finally, the attackers have pushed up a tower here. They're harassing the Peltis, who have probably killed a lot. Well, actually, the Peltis, the Thracian Peltis only has 59 kills. I thought they were going to do a lot better there considering their positioning and where they were firing down. But, you know, now that they're getting attacked by the rear here by these Axe Warriors, they're probably not going to get that many more kills. Peltis aren't terrible in melee, but obviously you want to use them, you know, as much as possible at the distance. Oh, do we have archer support coming in? Yes, we do. Look at this. We have some mercenary Cretan archers opening fire and trying to support the Peltis who are fighting up on the walls. That's definitely going to do a lot of damage. And it looks like Athens is committing some Theros hoplites that are going to come to the other flank and support these Peltis. And they are not ready to give up this wall. And you know what? They might even save this unit over here. They might save this Peltis unit because they might still have ammo. And you want to try to save that ammo for the enemy, of course. You don't want the unit to die. Now here's a problem. Athens is running out. They're running out of men. And we're starting to see a lot of units fall back. Pontus is still holding strong to this flank. Got a nice battle line. We got the general. So barbarian horse guards. That's awesome. Probably like paid bodyguard, which oftentimes kings and warlords would do, because when you have, you know, for example, like the Varangian Guard, they were like the emperor's bodyguard. Or no, I'm sorry. Well, not necessarily. I'm thinking of the Christian Guard. Like if you guys remember Medieval 2, the Moors, the Christian Guard were like the Sultan or the King's Guard, because they have no dog in the fight. They just fight for money, so they're not going to betray the king. There's no like political issues there. You know, it's just like they will protect him because they don't care who's in charge as long as they get paid, and the king's going to pay him well. Nice little volley there of jabbies by these Pontic Legionaries. Anyways, I hope I explained that well enough. Basically, it's just it's a thing where they're culturally not involved, so they don't really care what happens. They just defend the king because, you know, they're making that dollar. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, I probably explained it really poorly, and someone in the comments can make fun of me about it. But I'm sure someone else can explain it better in the comments. But anyways, let's get back to this fight. So we've got these swordsmen from Pergamon still pushing. It looks like Athens has rallied a force here to reclaim this area, which is very smart of them because they don't want to give it up. And it's actually, they've pushed back these attackers. So they're getting hit hard by arrows. Pergamon still has a huge reserve force. Swaby, it's actually Swaby who's kind of running out of men. Sparta actually still has a decent force, relatively speaking. But let's see if Sparta can actually beat Pontus here, which it actually looks like might be happening as Pontus is starting to chain route here. He's got 2 units kind of breaking to the might of these pikemen. The mighty pikemen of Sparta. Woo! Look at him stand over the dead there. Oh, man. Just so awesome. So they're pushing up. Pontus is trying to hold as much as possible. General charging in, trying to protect the flanks of his army. But the pikemen, you know, that's a problem. They got nothing for it. He's got 2 units of pikes that are causing some issues. Now we have some mercenary horse guards moving in and supporting this attack as well. Now Pontus does have some reserves back here, but he's actually sending up men. You know, I feel like this is the point of the battle where you gotta call it quits. You gotta call it quits and you gotta fall back. Fall back and just hold less choke points because this is getting out of hand. Oh, it's pikemen too. These pikes look awesome. God, these pikes look good. Look at that. Look at all those freaking pikes. So they really want to defeat the Spartan pikes. They might be able to put up a good fight here as long as they don't get outflanked. And they do have a couple reserve swordsmen back here. Pontic Royal Swordsmen kind of waiting in reserve. You might want to move them up to protect the flanks. But here we go. Pike action time. Oh, look, they're closing in. The Spartan pikes aren't quite in position. They need to quickly get their pikes down and make their stand. God, what a nasty way of fighting. Just a nasty way of fighting. Just imagine standing there and just having this guy with a long spear just stab you. Oh, look, this guy's in the center fighting it out. Look at that. Oh. They killed the Spartan. That Pontic guy killed the Spartan, but later gets stabbed by friendly or enemy pikes. Look at this long line. These guys a little bit calmer, but they're getting hit hard by archers. Yeah. I think the Pontus was doing okay over here with 64 kills with their pikes, but the archers, that's a problem. And honestly, guys, that kind of was a waste of pikemen there from Pontus. I don't like throwing them up until the very end of the battle. Or if it's like the only units you have left, you know? That's a tragic end to that pike unit for Pontus, and I think he could have saved them for much later on, but that's going to be a huge disadvantage for the defenders, and who knows, maybe that's, you know, a game changer. I mean, obviously, there's still 35 minutes left in this battle replay, but I hate seeing the defenders lose pikes like that. It's tough to recover from that. But, you know, if they can defeat the Spartan pikemen pretty quickly here, they can recover. But that's the challenge, right? Just got to rely on some archers, flanking, whatever you can do to kill pikemen. But the battle over here, the grueling battle, I mean, this is just 2 sides that just do not want to give up. And there's good reason. This is such a good position to hold. And I think Athens might be calling it quits here. He's got his hoplites really backing away. He's got his Thracian peltis up here. He also has his hoplites still up here. So they're still defending the walls, but I don't know. He's got a thin layer of thorough hoplites kind of holding, and that's it. So they might be just falling back and finally letting them take this area of the settlement. There we go. Here comes a supporting flank here by some Iberian boys right into the flank of these axe warriors of Swaby. Archers hanging back in the back. We've got, oh my god, another bloody area of the battlefield. heavy infantry taking on Swaby's wolf warriors. But yeah, you can see the carnage over here. The absolute carnage. Look at that, just a carpet of bodies. Truly disgusting. Over on this side, we have Sparta pushing hard with some royal Spartans against these heavy infantry of the Avra. I don't even remember how to pronounce their name. The Iberian boys. Nice. Here comes a flank. Beautiful flank by the Spartan general. He goes around this road, gets right behind him, and that's a huge loss for the defenders. But honestly, guys, I think the defenders just kind of threw up those units to just try to slow down the attacking units so they could fall back and regroup. But oh my God, another good charge from the Pontic general right into some pikemen who did not form up properly. But this might be a suicide mission as all of them are getting back up. Spartan generals joining in here, and that's probably going to be the end of this general. Might be the end of the fight for him. All right, so big retreat going on here. Yeah, big old retreat. We've got Athenians, we've got Iberians, we have the Pontic forces falling back. The Athenian general, this Hippias Lancers, they're kind of sitting back in reserve. Athens is running out of men over here. They're trying to hold as long as possible, but it's looking like it's not going to go well, and they're going to have to put up their final stand pretty soon. And I'm really surprised. Just based on the pace of this battle, here comes a big flank, and this is not good, guys. Please tell me these archers are out of ammo. It does look like they are out of ammo. Okay, so it's not that big of a loss, but still, I don't like to lose archers like this when they're out of ammo. Even when they're out of ammo, I want them to kind of be a flanking unit or a reinforcement unit. It's not terrible to see them go like this. I just think that you could have used more potential for them. But the slingers are ready to hold. Now we got a flanking push over here. There we go, the final break of this defending unit. And now they have taken pretty much 90% of the settlement, but there's still an army left standing. They still have archers. They still have infantry. They should probably quickly keep moving these archers because they're in danger zone here. The cav could quickly swoop in and run over these archers. So they need to keep falling back. They got some fireballs of justice back here. They got their generals. So they're kind of just regrouping. And I think, guys, we're going to have a little bit of a kind of like a resetting up stage in the battle where they're kind of moving in their forces. They're going to slowly push them up, let them rest a little bit, and get ready for this final stand because there's still 30 minutes left in this battle replay. So as they continue to kill off this remaining unit of heavy infantry from the defenders, we're going to go ahead and skip ahead and get right back into the action when they start pushing this defensive area, which I believe this is the victory point. Let's see. Does it say? Usually it says when you hover over. I'm pretty sure this is the capture point. So we'll get to the we'll speed it up here. All right, guys, here we are. So I did quite a bit of fast forwarding. You didn't really miss much. Let me just show you what's happened. So most of their armies, their forces have pushed down this side. So you see that they're all kind of going this way. Even Sparta's about to push in against Athens. The reason they didn't go down this way is because the defenders have this beautiful wall here, which they can set up some archers and kind of skirmish down. So I think they're trying to stay away from that side. Also, I think the capture point is right here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the capture point's right here. So they might have layers of defense over here and here. But they're just kind of setting up an outer layer position because they're going to have this nice wall support. Even if they attack here, the troops can easily get on this section of the wall and fire down. You remember the archer unit that was out here for Athens? Well, they got, for some reason, he left them out there and they got ran over by Spartan Cav. So that was tragic. But let's press play and see how this goes. It looks like Spartans are mostly pushing up pikemen. And this is going to be a tough fight for the Athenians, as they're just holding with hoplites. As the Spartans push forward on this flank. Over this side, Pergamon has a couple units set up here. We got some spears that are going to use up their javies, trying to lighten the defenses. You're definitely going to see a lot of skirmishing at this stage of the battle, as the defenders are kind of like sitting ducks, but they do have the advantage of, very highly defensive positions. So the attackers obviously are going to try to use as much projectiles as possible to try to skirmish them down. And there they go. They're going to push up their spears. Let's see. They might just be getting them a little bit closer. I think he's a little bit afraid. Oh, he's baiting. Yep, he was baiting the trap. Oh, my God. Oh, let's see if it actually hits some guys. It might reach. Yes, indeed. It's going to do some heavy damage to the spearmen. So that still worked out pretty well. Wow. Oh, my goodness. So these were pretty much full units, and they lost. Well, this one lost all the men. This unit didn't lose any men. But that was a huge win there for the defenders. I mean, they just killed over 60 men there with that little fireball of justice. I honestly thought Pergamon was were just baiting them to use it, and they were gonna be out of range, but they kind of just stood there and took it. So right on defenders, another successful trap ability, or, a trap deployable that we usually never see successful. Now we got a big push right here. Heavy infantry using their javies, and this is actually pretty cool because you've got this terrain over here where we got some guard here. I don't know what these guys can do. I think they have some skirmishing capabilities, but they're gonna try to use this terrain, this high point, and probably throw down some javies to try to soften up. But look at the archer fire focusing these guys down. These guys are obviously very heavily armored, so the arrows aren't doing a ton of damage. They only lost one soldier so far. But they're definitely going to inflict a lot of damage. Another volley? Nothing, dude. Holy crap. Okay, it's killed 2 more people, but that is an insane amount of armor. That is just, those arrows are just bouncing off of their armor. Look at that. Another huge volley, lost 1 guy. That's a waste of arrows. Just stop shooting at that unit because you're just not going to kill him. That's a good move here by Athens. Just total tanks. Complete tanks. I think that's why they stopped shooting at them, because they're like, hey, we're not even killing these guys. They're just not doing any damage. Back over this way, Athens still has a lot of troops. I think they've got some pikemen over here as well. Exiled successor pikemen. That's a cool name. Maybe they were once from Sparta. I don't know. They're wearing a lot of red. Maybe they're like exiled from Sparta, join Athens. Gave them a little blue cape. Well, some of them have red capes. I don't know. I don't know the story behind that unit. That's pretty cool. But now these guards have joined the fight because they're probably out of ammo. And they're doing a good job against Sparta. Sparta's kind of struggling getting up here, which I can't blame them. It's a tough position to attack. For glory! There comes another flank here. Maybe they do have more ammo, or this is a new unit they're going to use to try to skirmish down. Completely healthy unit. Let's see. I hope they get another wave of arrows hit. Okay, it's just fun watching arrows hit this unit and, like, nothing happened. It was kind of crazy. Ooh. Alright, here comes a push of troops over here as well. Some heavy infantry lining up. So they're doing some good damage there thanks to the skirmishers, or these swordsmen who are throwing some jabbies. I mean, that's really, I mean, it's so important, guys. I know, like, when you play Rome 2, you see swordsmen, you're like, you know, swordsmen, they're for fighting, they're for going up close and slicing their way through, but a lot of swordsmen do have jabbies that you need to use on the battlefield, because it can help you break through defenses like this so easily. So a good fight right there.
Yes, come on.
Very good fight. And then we've got some bronze shield pikemen moving forward. So more pikes are moving to this position. They are kind of amassing a little bit of a force here to try to push on the far flank of this defense. But there are some Athenians and Pontic forces here. I don't really see much of Pontus except for these 2 units. He's got some royal Pontic swordsmen, so maybe Pontus is kind of out of troops at this point. All right, here comes a fresh wave. Bronze shield pikemen getting ready to charge in. The 2 sides are both cheering. Look at, they're both cheering at each other. Like, are we gonna kill you? Like, no, you're not. They charge in. Not a terrible idea to try to get the pikemen off guard. The pikes are now glitching out and looking the wrong way, and he's gonna have to move his pikes out of there and reform. Not a terrible move there by the defenders. You know, sometimes, you know, don't wait for pikemen to come to you. If you got an opportunity to rush pikemen before they can set up pikes, go for it. Another big fight going on here in these 2, like, pillars here, these 2 towers. Looks really cool. I love the architecture of this map. But we got this arrow tower support coming in. And we've got some very deadly units. We got pikemen. We've got these guard units from Athens, causing some, inflicting a lot of casualties. And they're gonna chase them down. They're like, hey, no. Oh, okay, now they're falling back up. Well, I was like, I kind of like this. Like, they're getting aggressive. They're not gonna let them run. But now, and now Pergamon's like, hey, no, we're coming back up. Don't worry. A lot of back and forth between these 2 armies. And really just looking at these armies, I mean, the attackers are starting to run out of men. And based on the balance of power, I would say that the forces we see here, this is probably it for the defenders. I mean, this is probably all they have. So it's going to come down to this section right here for this battle. We'll see how it plays out, though. But Pergamon is definitely the healthiest of armies from the attacking side. And then I would say maybe Athens is the healthiest from the defending side. Because Athens did a good job of holding a single choke point and really reserving a lot of it, you know, keeping a lot of his reserves alive for the final stand. Here's the picked hoplites. They're moving in as well. Trying to get some good charges off, it looks like. Trying to get them off guard. But they're starting to run out of men over here. Ooh, they got some fireballs. They might just use it, guys. Oh, come on, use it. They're picked hoplites. Don't worry about them. There's only 52 of them. I mean, oh, come on, use it. Hurry. Oh, no. Gets a couple of them, but they do kill a lot of their own men. Oh, and it just was shy of hitting these spearmen. So, yeah, you really got to hit that early on because there's about like a 10, not a 10 second. There's a couple seconds where the fireball doesn't do any damage because they didn't want the, you know, obviously when you light the ball, you don't want the ball to do damage to the unit that lit the fireball. Then it would be useless. See how it's not doing any damage right there? Oh, now it does. So it got past its little timer there. Now it's, oh, dang it. I thought it was going to hit this unit. Good effort, though. It's not a terrible use of fireballs, but yeah, I never really use them. But that's what I like to do when I'm facing them. You just rush them. You rush them so you're safe in that zone, that couple seconds where it doesn't do any damage. And then it just simply goes right past you. Nice little charge there by the Spartans trying to slowly hit these Athenians. And then we have Suebi moving up their force. This is pretty much all of Suebi. Pontus has actually pushed up some troops to try to slow down Suebi out here. I'm not sure what he's doing. He should just reserve his forces. He's trying to hold this bridge, but you do realize you're about to get outflanked. Let's see. There he goes. He's going to fall back now. Let's see if he can get the hell out of there. Get to these Athenians. Yeah, I don't know why Pontus is being so aggressive there. I would just stay by the defenses. Pontus is already so low on troops. Over here, there's a little bit of a Mexican standoff between the two forces. Nobody really going in. And then this is where the juicy battle is really getting nasty. So, guys, we're almost at the finish line of this battle. We've got about 11 minutes left, and it's extremely close. The balance of power is dead even. If you're also putting defenses in the equation, I would say that this would be in favor of the defenders because they have really good defenses. The balance of power is so close, and at this stage of the battle, if you want to win as the attackers, I mean, you got to start to build up a little bit of an advantage here in terms of the balance of power. I mean, they're slightly, maybe, I don't know, it's so close to this balance of power. Now we got a battle of pikes going on over in this main walkway. Over here, Athens has sent over reinforcements to kind of refill the gaps here and hold back Pergamon, these swordsmen who are definitely doing some damage, but they're starting to break, guys. They're starting to break. All right, Suebi and Sparta, they kind of look similar. They have very similar color scheme here, especially in the sandstorm. But their combined forces are still pushing on this side, and it's looking like they're just hanging back here, all these forces, because they're hoping that he's going to peel some units over this way to deal with Pergamon, which still has a rock-solid force. These archers are out of ammo. I thought he was conserving these archers, but they're out of ammo. But they still have a solid force, relatively speaking, how far we're into this battle. You know, we got some spearmen pushing up from Pergamon. They're really trying to push through this gap here. But it's just been a tough fight. The pikes are still pretty much at a standstill. If anything, this goes in favor of Athens because they have the arrow tower support. There we go. Now they're pushing up. It always sucks to be the one that has to push up. A little bit of a duel going on in the center. This guy's getting chewed up by pikes now. We got a general nearby using abilities. We've got the general of the Iberian boys. They're trying to... This might be their last unit, this Oathsworn unit. Trying to protect this flank. And then over on this side, Pontus is falling back. What are they going to do about these pikes? If I was them, I would try to come up with some kind of strategy to get them. Honestly, I'd get these slingers. Well, they're slinging right now, but so what are they going for? I think they're going for the general. Yeah, they're shooting for the general. They've done some damage, but I really would focus down pikemen at this stage. Gotta kill the pikemen. And being up on this wall probably doesn't even help them out anymore. Just get them like over here, fire down on these pikes. You slowly remove pikemen, and then you remove their chances of breaking through. My God, what happened? Did they fall back, the pikemen, or they die? Did the Athenian pikes just die? No way. No way. Oh my God, huge break right here. They died? I'm blown away. I am blown away. That battle seemed like it was doing nothing. Like nothing was happening. And when Pergamon's pikes moved up, I thought Athens had the advantage because they were sitting still, you know? But I guess they killed the pikemen. Well, now the floodgates have really opened. We got the general, the defending general of the Iberian boys coming around and trying to support and trying to plug the holes here that the attackers are making, Pergamon is making, with the help of Suebi's general. Which they are doing a good job. Athens regrouping. They're going for a charge, a flanking charge on the pikemen. Get rid of them. This is going to really help you out. Let's see if they can break these pikes here. It's going to be absolutely critical. So far, the pikes are holding strong, even though they're outflanked by some swordsmen. And here comes Pontus with some legionaries coming in as well. They're really trying to reclaim this area. Athens, though, is holding on by a thread over on this side against Pergamon.
As you command, advance in speed! Attack the
Pergamon is breaking, and they do hold. The defenders do hold on this flank. And now Pergamon is pushing on this flank. They realize, hey, you know, you got to get going. You got to start pushing on both flanks and try to find an opening somewhere. But we're seeing a lot of fresh reserves from the defenders that I didn't really notice. Pontus, Athens, they have a lot of troops left. Here comes a general as well, and look at a general charging out. Oh my goodness, this is ballsy. We have the Iberian general charging out against these noble riders of Suebi. They're really putting themselves out there to be flanked, which is exactly what's happening. Here comes another cav charge. What are these units? What? They're like painted black. Look at that. That's cool, like camouflage. That's awesome. But Pontus, or I'm sorry, not Pontus. Pergamon is actually making some ground here. And they might actually push through here. Yeah, they're already pushing through. Athens and the Iberian boys trying to push and quickly break the units out here. They're sallying out. They're feeling confident. This is so ballsy of the defenders. I would just be sitting and waiting. And a big break over here by these archers. The pikemen still trying to fight uphill, an uphill battle literally against these Athenians. And yeah, I mean, Pergamon has lost his forces here, but he still has his general with 73 bodyguard in it. 72 if you're counting, you know, not including the general. But this is not something you want to do as defenders. You don't want to necessarily just give up here. But over here, Pergamon, I think, was going for a sneaky maneuver. They were trying to move their picked hoplites to get behind the Athenians defending the pikes over here. But lucky for those Athenians who are defending, the Pontic forces were able to cut down these picked hoplites who were doing some sneaky maneuvers. So they're not going to be able to get behind the Athenians. And it looks like so far the defenders are starting to climb their way out of this one. And they're taking it. Let's see. Pergamon pushing these noble cav, trying to take out Athenians here. We've got the general of one of the defenders pushing in against the Pergamon general.
As you command.
Pergamonese general. They are getting hit from the arrow towers. They are taking losses now down to 59 men. They're going to go in for a little bit of a charge. Oh, a pretty nasty charge, but hopefully these generals bodyguard, the Oathsworn, can quickly get up and support this battle again. I think Athens is closing in with some units as well, with 27 men, trying to protect this general. Just get your general out of there. Get him out of there. Now Athens is coming in. They're going to feel the wrath of this general. Yep, boom. Back over this way. It's a close fight, but, you know, the attackers are really thinning out. They're thinning out. Pontus is sending over reinforcements to help out. Mostly archers charging in, but there's a couple of units, hex bearers, pikemen. The Athenian general in the back here. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, they better protect the flank of these units who are holding back the pikes because, yeah, here comes the cav. They're going to try to They're going to try to crush the rear of these defenders. Balance of power is still anyone's game. It's definitely in favor of the defenders now, but the attackers can still easily win this one. We've got the generals now, the defending generals committing to this fight, trying to quickly break this flank. The Hex Bearers, oh, look at this guy. What in the world? Wolf Dancers. Awesome. But these pikemen are putting up a good stand, and they're acting like the anvil. All it takes is a solid hammer, which is right here, and they're trying to cycle charge their way through this unit of Pontic swordsmen. Pergamon has a unit that has returned from routing, and Pergamon has his archers, which sure, they're just archers, but you know, they can do some damage, and sure enough, Pontus is starting to break here. If the pikes can hold on, if these pikes, they're losing to sight. Oh, they're breaking. They're breaking. I don't know, guys. These archers need to get up. Those longbows need to get up there. Well, they still have these hex bearers alive with 34. If they can hold on. And then the wolf dancers. I don't know, guys. This is so close. Pontus is breaking here. The Pontic Legionaries with 56 men. They break off the battlefield. And now the flank is exposed. They go for a charge. Oh my god. Does Pergamon have enough to win this? Swaby's starting to break over here on this side. They're trying to kill this general. The archers and generals, or general of Pergamon, charge in. This is it for the attackers mostly. These archers and the general. Right away, the archers are breaking. No surprise there, but the swordsmen are still in the fight. It's up to this general. He's got to keep cycle charging in. He's got to break these Pontic swordsmen. If you want the royal swordsmen, they're going to be a tough unit to deal with. Look at the balance of power. It is insanely low. It's insane. Oh, I think they're going to hold. I think they're going to hold. This general, I think he's going to break here. The defenders by the skin of their teeth. Yes, they win right at the skin of their teeth. They hold on to this one. And what an absolute show. The attackers almost turned it around there. If the pikemen were able to hold here a little bit longer, I think the cav charging in the rear would have done it. Would have broken the defenders. But really, that Iberian bodyguard, the Oathsworn General Bodyguard, did work at the end there. Killed a lot of the attackers. But what an absolute slaughter. This battle was all over the place. And it was very exciting. So let's go ahead and end the replay and look at the results. This was sent in by Ellington. I appreciate replays that are sent in when you lose. It makes it a bit more exciting for, you know, for the viewers, because it's usually people who send in replays, it's them winning. But 2,440 kills. Very good from Ellington. We've got Sparta by Leopard, 2,200 kills. And then Swaby coming in with 2,800 kills, getting the most kills in the entire battle. Look at the kills on these longbowmen. Jeez. Yeah, the longbows really racked up a lot of kills. Beastmaster doing good with the Arvik. I already forgot how to pronounce it, but the Iberian faction, 2,500. Pontus with 2,200 by Mexi, and then Ninja Dragon with the 2,100 with the Athenians. So great fight from everybody. This was super exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle as much as I did. This was a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys next time on the battlefield.